picture of maternal devotion. The 300-kilogram sow keeps a watchful eye on her 9 chubby piglets as they root for food.
With explosive speed, the pride females emerge from the shadows, the chase now fully underway. A thunderous stampede erupts across the dusty meadow as the wild boars flee in panic. Weighing up to 300 kilograms, the matriarch charges, a formidable force of nature protecting her 9 striped young. The ancient wall of tusks proves impenetrable. Defeated and frustrated, the lioness must
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mothers in the Wild. My name is Greta, a proud matriarch of the wild boar species, known to science as Sus scrofa. Today, I invite you deep into my world to share the raw, heroic, and deeply moving story of how our species brings forth new life,
protects our 9 precious piglets against impossible odds, and ensures that our ancient bloodline continues to conquer the wilderness.
To survive an encounter with apex predators, one cannot rely on chance alone.
Consider my snout, a disc-like structure of dense cartilage supported by a unique rostral bone fused directly to my skull.
Driven by massive neck muscles, it allows me to plow through hard clay and overturn heavy boulders. My sense of smell is so extraordinary that it detects underground water and roots buried miles away. But across my shoulders lies my dermal shield, a layer of fibrous connective tissue over 3 centimeters thick. Armed with self-sharpening lower tusks and an omnivorous digestive system, my body is the ultimate survival machine.
While big cats live in solitary isolation, my species is anchored in deep matriarchal solidarity.
We live in tight-knit family groups called sounders, a sisterhood of mothers, aunts, and daughters within our sounder, knowledge is passed down through generations. My mother taught me where to find sweet subterranean springs during severe droughts,
and how to read the subtle warning calls of forest birds. When one sow feeds, another keeps her head elevated to scan the horizon.
However, the adult males of our species lead a completely different life. Once young boars reach 8,
they return only during the autumn rutting season. What follows are brutal duels of male competition.
Nature operates on precise biological laws, and the reproductive cycle of the wild boar follows a famous mathematical concept.
During the final month of pregnancy, my body undergoes an exhausting transformation. Carrying 9 developing fetuses demands an immense metabolic sacrifice. My belly swells. My agile trot slows to a heavy march, and my energy drops rapidly. Digging through hard soil under the scorching sun. But physical heaviness breeds extreme vulnerability. Their eyes locked onto my swollen flanks, waiting for me to collapse from exhaustion. Every street. As the 114th day arrives, an irresistible biological command takes. Leaving my sisters is nerve-wracking, but it is an absolute necessity. The scent of birth fluids would attract predators to our resting grounds.
And newborn wild boars cannot regulate their own body temperature. Without a warm shelter, they would succumb to hypothermia within hours.
I trek deep into a secluded rocky ravine where the brush is thickest. Here, I begin constructing a pharaoh net.
Using my snout and forepaws, I excavate an oval basin in the earth. Then, for 12 continuous, I weave oak branches, tall ferns, and dry moss together, building thick walls and a domed roof. Inside the pitch-black sanctuary of my nest, the tempest of labor erupts.
As the first amniotic sac ruptures, the metallic scent of birth fluids drifts out through the thatched entrance.
Outside, dry leaves crunch under heavy paws. A pack of gray timber wolves. Agony racks my body, but I bite down on a thick oak root to stifle my squeals, refusing to reveal my location. Suddenly, a massive wolf thrusts its muzzle through the narrow entrance, its jaws inches from my belly. Racked with labor pain, I explode upward like a coiled spring. I sink back onto the moss, breathing heavily, and resume the agony of birth. I use my warm tongue to clear the birth membranes from their nostrils so they can take their first breaths. I position my 300-kilogram body like a living shield across the entrance. Through 6 agonizing dawn breaks outside the ravine, casting soft golden light through the thatched roof. Inside, my 9
Look at their extraordinary coats. Nature has adorned them with longitudinal watermelon stripes. Though they weigh less than 800 grams each, my piglets crawl over my belly, using their tiny snouts to push their siblings aside.
They are fighting for possession of the forward teats, the nursing spots closest to my heart that yield the highest volume of fat-rich milk.
Within 3 hours, the battle is settled. Each piglet claims its own specific teat, establishing a permanent.
On our 3rd night inside the nest, while my piglets sleep soundly against my flanks, a silent shadow creeps through the darkness. A 4-meter African rock python has slithered down from the rocky cliffs above. Guided by heat-seeking, my guard bristles register the subtle change in air pressure. I smell the wet scent of reptile scales. I open my eyes to see the African rock python's head hovering 6 inches above my sleeping warthog piglets, locked onto my smallest daughter. I do not hesitate. I rise like an avalanche of muscle and bring my heavy front hooves down with crushing force onto the python's neck.
Cháu nhận lỗi hoàn toàn chú ơi, cháu không bao biện nữa ạ. Cháu làm lại ngay lập tức, xuất chuẩn chỉ 100% tiếng Anh, chạy liền một mạch từ SIN 001, không lộn xộn, không nhảy.
I stomp furiously, grinding the serpent into the gravel. The python thrashes violently, but my 300... Lowering my head, I slash forward with my lower tuft, severing the serpent's spine. At 10 days of age, my 9 piglets leave the dark sanctuary of the nest to explore the vast sunbend. Watching them trot behind me fills my heart with pride. Their watermelon stripes catch the sunlight. Suddenly, a dark shadow glides the forest floor. High above in the azure sky, the eagle folds its wings and dives down like a missile, its yellow talons extended to snatch my lead piglet. I shout an explosive warning grunt, the emergency command of our species. Instantly, my 9 piglets drop to the earth, pressing their bodies flat against the dead leaves, their stripes transforming them into invisible, motionless stones.
Simultaneously, I sprint beneath the diving raptor, rearing up on my hind legs to block its path, forcing the eagle to abort its strike empty-handed.
As we forage deeper into the acacia woodland, long golden shadows stretch across our path. Suddenly, the breen shifts, and my hypersensitive nostrils catch a faint feline odor, the unmistakable scent of a spotted leopard. I freeze, my eyes scanning the canopy. 30 feet above, crouched silent. I do not wait for him to leap. I blast a fierce warning roar, commanding my piglets to dive into a nearby thorn bush. Then, I charge. Weighing 300 kilograms and sprinting at top speed, battering ram. The impact shakes the high branches, throwing the leopard off balance. Snarling in frustration, the flees through the canopy. In the untamed wilderness, predators are not the only forces that test a mother's resolve. Late in the afternoon, dark storm clouds roll over the mountain watershed, unleashing a dirty.
The flash flood rises with terrifying speed, trapping my family on a narrowing mud bank.
I look across the churning 60-foot expanse of floodwater. To stay on this dissolving mud bank means I stand at the water's edge, calculating the hydrodynamics of the current. I emit a low, rhythmic.
I step into the raging torrent first. Positioning my massive 300-kilogram body upstream, I act as a living breakwater.
By absorbing the crushing impact of the primary current with my heavy flanks, I create a narrow, sheltered pocket of calm water directly downstream of my body.
And suddenly, downstream in the murky eddies, a sinister silhouette emerges. A 10-foot Nile crocodile, alerted by the
At that exact moment, a swirling eddy catches my smallest piglet, ripping him away my sheltered pocket, and motherhood defies physics. I kick my powerful hind legs, lunging sideways through the roaring torrent like a river barge. Hoisting him safely onto the back of my neck. With muscle-straining power, I forge ahead, battling the current. All 9 piglets scramble out onto the bank, coughing up muddy water, shaking their wet coats, but alive, whole, and undefeated.
After surviving the flood, the storm clouds disperse, giving way to the scorching heat of midday. To the uninitiated observer, wallowing in mud appears to be nothing more than messy play. But in wildlife, like elephants and rhinoceroses, wild boars do not possess functional sweat glands across our bodies, without a mechanism to.
I step into the cool, thick clay and roll onto my back. My piglets watch me attentively and eagerly.
As the mud dry on our skin, it performs 3 vital biological functions, acting as a natural sunblock.
As my piglets reach 1 month of age, their digestive systems begin transitioning from their mother's milk to solid foods.
I lead them to a fertile forest slope rich in subterranean plant life. Using the cartilaginous discs and unearthing fat, starch-rich yam tubers, and fragrant truffles buried deep beneath the surface.
But foraging in the wild requires more than knowing what to eat. It requires knowing what to avoid.
As my eager daughter reaches toward the black berries and yellow roots of a poisonous nightshade plant, I teach them to identify poisonous bracken fern rhizomes, toxic mushrooms, and bitter nightshades by scent alone. Through daily repetition, I imprint upon their young minds a vast botanical map of the forest. Today, the time has come to complete our journey of isolation. I lead my family back to reunite. Emerging into the wide, sunlit meadow, my sisters, aunts, and mother lift their snouts into the breeze. The adult sows trot forward to greet us, leaning down to touch snouts in affectionate welcome, officially welcoming 9.
Rejoining the sounder brings an immense sense of relief to my maternal heart. Within our matriarchal community,
our reunion is put to the test when a clan of 6 spotted hyenas emerges from the tall grass, their eyes locked onto our nursery of piglets. A lone animal caught in the open can be flanked, but a wild boar sounder is an unbreakable. We back our heavy hindquarters together into a tight ring, creating an enclosed sanctuary in the center where all the piglets are tucked out of sight. Facing outward toward the enemy, we lower our heads and bare our razor-sharp lower tusks. The hyenas circle us. But whenever a hyena steps within striking distance, 2 sows step forward in perfect unison, slashing their daggers. When the long, dry season grips the land, the green grass turns to brittle amber, and the forest becomes a tinderbox. During a scorching afternoon, A sudden lightning strike ignites the dry brush, erupting into a roaring wall of fire that... Panic spreads among the forest creatures, antelopes and small rodents fleeing in blind terror. A seasoned matriarch does not panic in the presence of fire. By analyzing the wind direction and reading the terrain, breeze. Emitting a steady grunt, I keep my 9 piglets gathered tightly between my legs, navigating the burning woodland with ding. 6 months have passed since that cold night inside the thatched farrowing nest. As the season stings, the vivid yellow and brown watermelon stripes that protected them during their early weeks are gradually fading away. Birds. They are no longer fragile nestlings. They are robust, energetic young survivors weighing over 30 kilograms each. Watching them sprint across the meadow and forage with absolute confidence fills my heart with immense satisfaction as they grow stronger under the watchful eye of our sounder. Flint. With physical maturity comes the ancient biological law of dispersal, a crucial mechanism that prevents inbreeding. As my young sons reach their subadult stage, rising testosterone levels begin reshaping their behavior. The time is arriving for our paths to diverge. In a few short months, my young sons will leave. My daughters, however, will remain beside me, strengthening our sisterhood and learning the timeless lessons of motherhood. Together with my daughters, we scale high ridges where autumn vegetation holds rich subterranean treasures. I demonstrate how to detect hidden truffles buried deep beneath the forest loam, sharing nature's finest delicacies.
Watching my daughters execute the exact rooting motions I taught them months ago fills my maternal heart with pride.
Autumn winds sweep through the oak canopy, carpeting the forest floor in golden amber leaves. Oak groves yield an abundant harvest of sweet acorns, providing essential fats to build our winter reserves. Powerful jaws effortlessly crush thick shells, unlocking rich nutrients vital for winter endurance. Nourished by the seasonal harvest, my daughters grow stronger and heavier with each passing autumn day. Cold autumn rain falls across the valley, signaling the approach of harsher weather.
I guide my daughters into a secluded rock alcove, shielding them from chilling showers.
Wrapped tightly against my body, my heat keeps them warm and protected until the storm subsides.
Clear morning skies reveal a glittering coat of frost, welcoming the arrival of winter.
Breaking frozen stream margins with heavy hooves provides essential fresh water for the sounder. Staying hydrated in winter keeps our metabolism active and our bodies resilient against freezing temperatures. First snow begins to fall softly across the pine forest, draping the landscape in white tranquility. My specialized snout effortlessly plows through fresh snow, uncovering green vegetation hidden below.
Rich roots beneath the snow provide critical winter nutrients when surface forage is scarce. Daughters master snow foraging techniques, ensuring their own future independence during harsh winters. Blizzard winds sweep across mountain peaks, challenging every creature in the high wilderness. Inside a deep rock cave, our sounder huddles together, sharing communal warmth through the freezing night. Standing guard at the entrance, my vigilance protects my family while they rest securely. Dawn breaks over snow-capped peaks, filling the mountain realm with golden warmth and hope. We descend south-facing slopes where warm sunlight thaws frozen ground and reveals fresh forage. Thermal Valley springs keep mud wallows thawed year-round, offering an extraordinary winter sanctuary. The warm mineral